Check it out. I don't know what this world's gonna be, but I know one thing that this is the life for me. Every cause I'm a thug all day, every day. Wouldn't change for the world. Cause I'm a thug. That's right, you were. Oh yeah, check it out. Packaging, gold tee, that make me different, y'all. I raid with different dog thing, ghetto slang. I represent. I don't bun. Got 10 years on parole. Po. Yes, sir. Man, welcome, everybody. We made it out the group chat. We made it out of the group chat, man. I like to welcome y'all to the pride and joy of life. One thing that I'm very prideful of, it's been a lot of ups and downs through this process, a lot of learning, a lot of things that have gone on in order to get to this point. But I'd like to welcome y'all to the Everyday DADS Unfiltered podcast, where I'm your host, Mr. Country Boy Shaq, the one and only. And we here. If you're here, this is your first time tapping in with your boy. I definitely appreciate that. This is my first time kind of doing this, so y'all bear with me. I really, I'm excited about this journey I'm about to go on with the podcast. So thank you all for tapping in. If you're listening, it either means that number one, you're a dad. Number two, you potentially was raised by your dad, or you had your dad in your life, or hell, you're just trying to figure it out like the rest of us. So again, thank you. This is the first episode, and the first episode is going to be very simple. No guests, no bells, no whistles. Y'all got just me. So I'm going to kind of walk y'all through my journey as an adolescent, a kid, how I was raised. Just me being a dad, but I'm gonna start off with why this podcast exists. So, for me, I didn't start this podcast because I had to. I have everything figured out, and I want to just share all the wealth of knowledge with everybody else. That's not the reason why I started this podcast. I started this podcast because I don't have it all figured out. But in the midst of what I'm doing as a dad, I've come across some amazing dads, some amazing people that have been very beneficial in my life as I grow as a dad, and then I also want to also give some influence as well. Like I said, I don't know everything. This shit don't come with the manual, just point blank period. It doesn't come with a manual. It's not easy to do. There's just some days where I don't have it figured out, but the thing is, I'm present. I get up every day. Thank the man above, and I keep pushing on. So yeah. So being a dad definitely doesn't come with a manual. Being a man doesn't either. So I wanted to create this space where dads can kind of come on. We can talk about the highs and the lows of what our kids bring to our weeks. Give some dad gems to those dads that are out there that are struggling or maybe not struggling. But also, we're going to get a little bit of unfiltered, too. We're going to have some barbershop talk. So over this series, or as this podcast continues to grow, I'll have guests on, and I just want this to be a safe space where dads can come on, they can pop their stuff, we can talk a little smack about how we used to do it, how we currently do it, and then just boast in the space of how we get through everyday life. So That's what this podcast is definitely all about. I initially had a co-host. Shout out to my boy CT, who was going to join me. It didn't work out that way, and sometimes you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust, and the show must go on, man. But I definitely am appreciative of the knowledge that I've gained through this process, the knowledge I'm going to continue to grow, and get as we continue to move on through this process. But it is special, and I'm very excited about being here with you all. So, a couple of things I wanted to jot down. A lot of the times, as dads, we're expected to lead without being taught, which is a big thing. Some things I jotted down here: provide without complaining, and be strong without breaking. And I know a lot of the times I am the liaison, or I am the main advocate for my friends who are fathers, because usually I'm the most grounded out of my crew. You know what I'm saying? I can't have a wild side once I kind of get to know you a little bit more. I'm a little bit more funny, friendly, a little bit open, and we're gonna become family. Y'all gonna start to understand more and more about me as we go through this journey. But all in all, these are things that we're not taught. And then honestly, at times that pressure does get heavy. So I definitely want to create a space here to where it's almost therapy. I ain't trying to get on here and make anybody cry or anything like that. But if the shoe fits, wear it. Men do cry. I cry at times. I cry out of joy. I cry because I'm sad. I cry because I'm unaware. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm open enough, and I'm happy to share this space with other like-minded men who are just doing things in their lives that are influencing others. And this is the platform for that. So, so those are a couple things that we'll be talking about. And like I said, like the biggest of them all is like mental health. So I don't want to pretend this ain't nothing just for reels or just to only get the, you know what I'm saying, get the crowd worked up or just clickbait or whatever. Just real conversations, real dads. And today it's gonna be starting with me. So I give y'all a little bit of my background of who I am and what I'm about. So my childhood. So I'm gonna set the foundation a little bit here, so y'all can know a little bit more about Shaq Diesel or whatever, or the country boy. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear the accent in my voice. So please bear with me if I do have an accent though. But I'm a Florida kid, Florida boy, born and raised, and I ain't talking about none of that beachfront Florida stuff. Miami 9 hours from where I'm from. Miami is a long way from where I'm from. But I'm from a very, very rural country area in Florida, a lovely town called Havana, Florida. All right, born and raised there. You know what I'm saying? On the playground, it wasn't where I spent most of my days. I was at the Diamond with it. The real ones gonna know. I was definitely on the other side playing at my cousin's house and stuff like that. Highway 27 where I was raised, so everybody kind of know our city and how we get down. I grew up in a small town where respect mattered. All right. I was raised by my mother. Another big part of that was work ethic. Work ethic wasn't optional. I saw my mom be a superhero day in and day out for me and my younger brother. And I learned early that life wasn't always going to be fair. Very, very early, and my mom was pivotal in instilling, that mentality in me. My childhood wasn't perfect, but it definitely shaped me. I won't sit here and say, try to boast or claim that I had, the poorest lifestyle growing up or anything like that. I grew up in a trailer park. But those lessons, those times were some of the best times in my life, growing up with my cousins, very, very, very close family, out of my town, and just a loving environment, very, very, very loving environment. My mom didn't really have the space to be super emotional because she was raising two boys. But at the same time, I definitely felt loved. I definitely could say that. My dad. This is about everyday dads. My father was definitely in my life as I was coming up. Not as much as I wanted him to be, but my dad and my father definitely was in my life. I knew who my father was. I know who my father is currently, and still now. I'm building that relationship more and more with my father because that's something that I want. That's something that I want my son to have, and I also want to kind of show that it's that you can mend relationships. Everything isn't going to be perfect. I think our parents did the best they could with how they were raised in the environments and the time that they came from. So I definitely commend both of my parents. I love both of them to death. I don't get to say that as often as I like to my dad, and what I'm saying, definitely speak to my mom more often. But I definitely love both of my parents dearly. These are the parents that the good Lord blessed me with, and I'm happy to have both of them still a part of my life as well, and have them a part of my kids' life. More importantly, at this stage. Again, I saw what responsibility looked like. My mom didn't cut any corners. I saw what strength looked like. I also saw what was things that have pretty much molded some of the way that I kind of parent, and things that I kind of want to see differently. Moments where I had to grow up fast, and what I'm saying, just based off of where we were, and just having just a single parent. And then also moments where I learned lessons by just watching. And a lot of the times, if people know me, my friends and my close friends and family and stuff like that, they know that I'm also very reserved. I always kind of like to live by the mantra, I rather, excuse me, I rather measure 10 times and cut once than to cut 10 times and measure once. So that's a big thing that I live by. So a lot of the times I'm very analytical. I'm very calculated. In rooms that I step in, decisions that I make, I just like to basically, before I dive into something, I like to basically try to find out or feel as much as I can feel before I kind of make any decisions. So that was, things that I kind of picked up. And what that allowed me to do is I can analyze something and not really have to be told anything. And that kind of bled over into how I looked at education and, different aspects in life. But looking back now as I'm a father, those different experiences and stuff like that, they kind of sit with me every single day. They help me to be, more, help me to be more masculine in my space. They help me to be more approachable. They help me to be more, fluent in how I open myself up to my kids in order for them to get what they need from me as a dad. So kind of transition a little bit, and I kind of want to just talk about some of those life lessons that stuck with me. You don't always get to choose your circumstances, and I think these days with the kids and stuff that we do have, I think that we feel like our kids definitely are a lot more privileged than we were as we kind of became, as we had to come to age. But definitely circumstances are totally different now for them than it was for us or whatever. So I learned very, very early to, like I said, to adapt. Always been humble, never been a braggadocious type of person, flamboyant or, just out there. I always just kind of just like to stay in my lane. And I just, just like I said, I saw people in my neighborhood, in my hometown, just hustle with no regard. Like just hustled in their lane and then lose themselves. So that was the type of things that I was raised on. People got to it and they, what I'm saying, they never got too big for themselves or the moment. And what I'm saying, just we're the same old people around us every single day. So those are some things that always have stuck out with me, and then I continue to try to put and instill those things in my kids. Always be humble. Oh, excuse me. Always be respectful. Always, stay grounded in the moment. I know that's kind of hard today with the way we process information, with the way our kids process information. So those are those things I preach and I give to my kids in order for them to live their lives. They're gonna make their decision. Kids gonna do what they're gonna do. But those are some of the foundational things that I try to be strategic about. I don't want to give my kids what I had, but I do want to give them what I didn't have as a dad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, yeah. So fatherhood, and I'll kind of get into it now. I know this is Everyday Dad Unfiltered podcast. So, yeah, I am a dad of three. I have three beautiful children from my wife, and they are six. My oldest is six. She is my queen, my second queen of the house. I call her Princess Rhea. My twins are four, and they are the gruesome twosome, as I like to call them. My son, who's the second to myself, and then my daughter Royal. So love my kids to death. They they definitely give dad a run for his money for sure. I always like to say, because I definitely I'm an engineer by trade, so not only a country brother, but I'm an intelligent brother as well. Electrical engineer by trade, so I do a lot of processing and thinking every day at work, but none of that even compares remotely or close, nowhere anywhere near to raising these kids that I have. They process information so fast, they gonna keep it straight with you, and they will put the truth into your face. They will definitely do that. So we definitely gonna get into a lot of that. I'm telling you, I got tons of funny stories from my kids in life, ups, downs, scares, everything that I've seen. And like I said, I want to give some of that knowledge and game to you all. And then I want to gain some knowledge too, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in, y'all, as I start to, putting out this content, this information, y'all make sure y'all comment, like and subscribe. Y'all give me the feedback. Give me the feedback. Tell your stories, because it's gonna be other brothers that's gonna be, want to hear those things or whatever. So one thing that I can say about my kids, and I'm pretty sure other dads can say about those kids, and one thing that I do have to be super mindful of is these damn kids watch everything. Okay? I'm talking about every damn thing you do. Like, I'm not trying to say damn too loud right now, because they might be up there eavesdropping right now while I'm doing the podcast. So I definitely have to watch how I talk, how I react. I don't always react the best, or whatever, but and how I handle stress. So again, I don't have it all figured out, but I have, as they grow older and they're getting more kind of conscious of their decision making and stuff like that, I definitely can say my stress level has gone down from 0 to 4. That ain't your boy cup of tea, okay? All right, high stress levels for the kid. All right, but as as they've gotten older, now my twins are kind of reaching a stage in a pace where I can be more creative with them. I can kind of give them different tasks and stuff like that. My 6-year-old, she's top of her class. my twins, my son, he like me. He real mellow. The kid love to eat. He's like he eating dog out of house and home. But his twin sister, man, yeah, I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, the jury's still out. Yeah, tell my wife that all the time. The jury's still out. I don't really know. She's not giving, you know, Florida Bright Futures of America vibes to me right now. Okay, if you was a Florida kid, you know what I'm talking about. She ain't giving Bright Futures of America vibes right now. Okay, but I think she's sneaky smart. She one of them kids, you remember, used to be in class, play dumb, act like they don't know nothing. We take the test, and the test come out, this mother done got an A. That's my twin daughter. So I'm starting to realize that more and more as she getting older. Before, man, I talked to this mother, you swear I got on the edge of a plank, getting ready to drop her in shark-infested waters. So, like, but the jury's still out on that one, okay? Jury's still out. Hey, I know y'all talking children are the future, all the hey, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. No. If I don't see it, I don't see it. Okay? I got a coach's mind, all right? And I'm gonna just tell you, she look like she gonna be on the bench. She look like she gonna be on the bench. But nah, she's coming around more and more. She put my son to the test tonight. I got him working on writing and working on her numbers and sequences and stuff like that. She actually this week she been putting the sock in my son's mouth this week. So that is actually good to see. I think her thing is more repetition. Repetition and application gonna be her thing. My son, my oldest daughter, they get it naturally. Boom. One time they got it. Two just for shits and giggles, okay? But yeah. Okay. So that's my kids. This podcast, again, it is sorry about that. I was getting a text coming in and stuff like that. This podcast isn't about being perfect. Again, I'm not a perfect dad. I don't expect every dad that gets on here to be perfect or have it figured out. But I just like perspectives, and that's what we got. We got different perspectives on life and how we do it. So, man, y'all just buckle up and get ready for the ride. All right. It's some episodes we gonna get a little deep. We gonna get a little deep with some episodes. Some episodes gonna be super funny. Some episodes they gonna hit close to home. But I just want y'all to tune in. I got some definitely planned for y'all. I got some really, really, really good segments and things that we're gonna cover as we go through this journey together. But all in all, every episode is gonna be honest. I want to make sure I'm honest with y'all, give y'all my honest opinion about this, because being a dad is a ride, and then being a black dad in the midst of everything that's going on right now, you got your profession, you're in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, just going through life as a dad. I mean, you know what I'm saying, whether you are in a relationship, where you're single, you're co-parenting, whether you got 1 kid, 2 kids, 10 kids, we're gonna have a space for you right here on this podcast. So y'all make sure y'all continue to tap in with the kid, because it is gonna be a must-see type of thing. My set gonna get a little bit better too. Right now I'm doing some construction at the crib, at my man cave, dad stuff. Where you know what I'm saying, I had a hiccup. Home ownership, as much as they say, get a home, Lord Jesus. Jesus. We'll talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about fatherhood real time. I'm gonna be giving y'all live feedback, because again, I am in the thick of things with my kids and within my life. Growing up while leading, like just the balance of the week, we're gonna get into that. balancing your own personal ambitions in addition to your family, and then navigating not life while we're still continuously learning. And like I said, I want this to be a space for mental health. So again, bring your energy, bring your fun, bring your stories, and y'all definitely look for the kid on all the platforms moving forward. I got the IG flowing, I got the TikTok finna go crazy. I'm gonna be streaming on YouTube as well, so you all can see this content as well. So I'll be on all the platforms, making sure that I give you all this content that you deserve and this knowledge that I have. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, man, I've been there, I feel him, or this is something that I need to hear, y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, y'all follow the kid. This is the podcast for you, okay? Y'all see I came in the podcast singing that Trick Daddy. That's how your boy get down. I'm a Florida boy, so we going to start it off right. Like I said, I'm going to have some fun segments. Someday I might start off singing. Someday I might start off with a drink. Who freaking knows? I don't know, man, like with this or whatever. So, it's just a Thursday. So I'm going to be making sure we get y'all that content. But again, this is the Everyday DADS Unfiltered podcast, where we show up as we are. We show up as we are, not as who we pretend to be. I'm glad that you all are here. There will be more to come. And always, man, always lead with love. Peace. I'm your host, Shaq Diesel, the country boy from Florida. And this is me checking out. All right. Go follow.